Hello, good morning. It's Friday the 19th. I'm FX Plu and I'm back under the brolly for today's market brief. There's a growing feeling that Q2 GDP may not be bad as first thought. I mean, we're still staring down the barrel of a 20% contraction, but when earlier forecasts were closer to 40%, we'll take it. So in a move that showed a degree of confidence in economic activity, when the Bank of England pumped another 100 billion into its QE programme yesterday, they also slowed the pace that they hoover up government bonds. This means that the private investor will need to take up the slack, and so private sector demand is something to keep an eye on going forwards here. The MPC held rates at 0.1%, but Andrew Bailey sounded cautious at his press conference afterwards, mentioning that the jobs market had become a factor in adding more stimulus. Sterling continued the recent fall. We broke support at 125 and actually touched a low of 124.05 against the dollar yesterday. Bit of profit taking before the weekend. The IMF is due to issue their World Economic Report next week, where it's expected they'll raise concern over the pace of US recovery. The lockdown has lasted longer than expected, so any hope of that V-shaped recovery is also taking longer to see. Market focus remains on the jobs numbers as increased unemployment provides a significant economic drag. And while we saw stellar data for May, there are lingering concerns that we'll see an adjustment to the May data on the next non-farm Friday. And that's actually due on Thursday, the 2nd of July, because of Independence Day. Non-farm Thursday, eh? Whatever next. Weekly jobless claims are levelling off around the 1.5 million mark. That's new claims every week. And that might be another signal that the V-shaped recovery is a little optimistic. Over in the Eurozone, the EU summit kicks off today. Agreement on the recovery fund would be a welcome result, but a show of unity is almost as important now. And while it looks likely that the budget will be diverted into an aid package, we could just as easily see outright disagreement, maybe a watered down version, or even submission and a handover to the finance ministers just to get it all sorted. All still very much to play for there. And yesterday, euro dollar fell into dollar strength ahead of this EU summit. We saw a low of 111.85 before settling down around the 112 mark. Right, well that's it. Pretty grisly weather at the end of this week. Hopefully things will brighten up for you over the weekend, and we'll be back again on Monday. Have a good one.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FX Blue.